I had no children at the time. I didn't watch children's programming. I hardly had any people working for me. And Bernie Brillstein represented Jim. I was very friendly to Bernie. And Jim came in and presented a little 3, 4, 5-page presentation. So I had decided, with the magazine theory in mind, it would be nice to put a little children's programming on. And Fraggle Rock was interesting in that every episode had a little moral tale, a little moral story in there. And Jim was starting to bust out technologically. We did a show with him, a Christmas show called Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, which was probably his pilot for moving on to movies, because he was using different methods of movement. And I remember you could almost see the wires. You could sort of see the wires. But, so I'm sitting in that room, and in the course of my career, if the back of my head starts telling me this is good, this is right, boom, I have a lot of faith in it. And I picked up 36 episodes. And no one ever does that. And Bernie wrote about it in his book. So I get through the meeting, and I come out, and I sort of realize what I've just done. You know, I'm saying, I'm in this room, I like Jim, I like Bernie, maybe I was, you know. So I take the outline. I say, for all I know, there's a show like this on television, who knows? And I gave it to Frank Biondi, who had 2 little girls, one of whom was my goddaughter. I said, do me a favor. Bring this to the girls and tell me if they, you know, just from do they like it? So he brought it to him, and he said to me, there's nothing else on television like it. They think it looks very cute, blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay. And we did Fraggle Rock forever. And, you know, a couple months ago, you know, over your course of your history, you do so many shows, you forget. I'm getting a massage. I'm getting some body work from a guy I work with all the time, and he brings up Fraggle Rock, and he watched it as a kid. Now he's in his early 30s, you know, so I'm doing the math, and he was raving about Fraggle Rock, and I hadn't heard that title mentioned. That show should be back on the air, because it's timeless. It's got great messages. Anyway, so, and I said to myself, Henson's the best at this, and even though I believe that I had something to bring to the table, etc., in this case I said, here we have a sensational guy. Let him do it. What are you possibly going to tell him? Now, it didn't turn out to be as successful for them as us, because when they were on public broadcasting and they had full coverage, they did lots of merchandising. HBO was less coverage back then, so they didn't get the merchandising revenue that they had come to expect from their shows.